Ladies and gentlemen, this is the GRS Community Impact, and we're here today with Jason Wheeler, who is the Executive Director of Communications, Marketing, and Media Relations for the Garland Independent School District. Let's have a clap for the district.
Thank you for having me back.
Much. I have the co-hosts here, Sheena Sharapata.
There you go.
Or Sharapata. I never say it right. She's always
Sharapata, like on the back.
Sharapata. She's always kicking me under the table, but we are so glad to be here. There's so many great things going on in the district. You've been on before. We introduced you. You gave us your background, so we're going to kind of skip the background part today. What I really am interested in is to find out what in the heck has been going on with the school district. So why don't you just kick us off?
Yeah, there's been so many great things. I mean, we're into the school year, which is unbelievable that it's getting in, and we're over 2 months into the school year, and we are rocking and rolling. So many great things are happening with our staff, our teachers, just helping the community in general. I mean, there's a lot of great things going on, and we started the new school year with our theme, GISD Unmatched, Built Different, since 1901. And it's unbelievable that next year GISD will be 125 years old, being an independent school district. So 125 years old. And so many great things and so many great people have come through the district to just impact the community that it's just been unbelievable when you look back over the history. And we always say that we're built different in Garland ISD. We're not like any other district. We're not like any other people because we want it more. We have the grit, we have the determination, and that just shines with our teachers and staff and students. So we really kicked it off. And at the end, I have a special treat. We had the kids created a video, what they think built different means to them. So I'll show that at the very end so you can see a lot of just the talents, the determination of our students.
So the students put this together.
Yeah, so they put it together. So we asked them basically, help from our department, but we asked them, why is GISD built different? And they gave us a lot of different examples of how they're built different and why you should come to GISD, because we're going to be successful, we're going to succeed, and we're going to show people that this is the place to be.
I love that.
Perfect. Well, we'll kick us off. Last time we met was in August, and we were getting ready for cell phone bans and lots of different changes. Just kind of tell me how we transitioned through the first part of the year.
Yeah, so it went really smoothly, actually. Great success with that. And then we just hit the ground running. We got our TEA ratings from the state, which showed us move up to an 84 in the ratings. And just a little brag out there, but our neighboring districts might not have done as well as Garland ISD. We beat Plano, Richardson, Mesquite, Dallas ISD. So you can see a lot of great things are happening in Garland ISD. Our teachers are really making an impact with our students. Our students are shining. We had 23 A campuses in Garland ISD, and I'll brag just a little bit, but here's here's all of the names of our A campuses on this slide right here. It truly shows the hard work that our teachers are doing, and just shows and showcases that we are on our way to an A in Garland ISD. We've improved. We're getting better. We have no F campuses anywhere in the district, and we are ready to just show the world that we're the next A district, and we have the staff and the talent to do so. And what's great about that is 4 of our high schools got A's. 4 out of the 7.
That's incredible.
We had some very close people almost get A's as well, but you can see Garland, Lakeview Centennial, North Garland, and Sachse all got A's. This is the 3rd year in a row for North Garland. They got a 94 this year.
Wow.
That is a high, rating.
So what I've noticed, and I think what I'm most proud of is I know for sure what it takes, especially from a principal, assistant principal level, to keep motivated and keep on task a campus for a year with about, if you're at a high school, you have 3,000 kids. You've got 3,000 interrupters.
Yeah.
All day long, and for them to stay on task to get everybody over the bar like that, I can't say enough about them. It's just a wonderful thing to see, especially where we came from after COVID.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it's a miracle.
Oh, it's incredible. Just the how far students got behind just because of that lack of being in the classroom, and to be able to be back in the classroom. And Mr. Miller, like you said, it really starts with a great leader on the campus, and that's the principals. And you know, just seeing us move up to 23 A's and 4 high schools with A's, and some schools made double-digit growth in their ratings. It just shows how much a great leader does, and just improves a school, and just makes their staff work harder, the kids work harder, and just really, boom, and just puts it in place.
Yeah, and we're no slight meant to any teacher, because I know a lot of times people manage from the bottom up.
Sure.
And make the people above them look great because they do such a great job. So, you know, it kind of works all ways. I really feel like there's a commitment to this, to the excellence that has been desired to be achieved within our district forever. I'm just going to say this, and I'm going to quit because you got a lot to talk about. But, you know, I grew up here, and I was so tired of hearing the real estate community talk about how Richardson was better. And was Richardson one of those schools we just had a higher grade than?
Yes.
Well, see, there you go. Maybe we can stop that narrative now, and maybe they can start directing people to buy the house in Garland rather than Richardson. Nothing against Richardson, great people there. It's just, you know, when you put forth the effort and you get the results, you just want people to know about it. And one of the reasons we have this podcast, it's her fault.
To educate.
She's the one that told me about podcasts, and we kind of talked about it, but we just want to educate. One of the things is there's not enough ways to get good news in the community, especially the communities we serve. We have no real great paper, although we have a lot of people working at communications. We have no TV station, and we have no radio station. And we're the 13th largest city Garland's the 13th largest city, but we have 350,000 people in our district. And that's a lot of people to go without direct communication. So thank you for what you do as executive director of communications, and especially media relations. But give us some more of your media relations. What else is going on?
Yeah, so another great thing that has happened is Region 10 Teacher of the Year, the second time in 3 years. So Ashley won. Ashley Ross from Back Elementary. I want to mention Back Elementary. She's the most energetic teacher I've ever experienced in my life. She is so passionate and so excited. And I think her interview with Region 10 just shined through. So she won Teacher of the Year for elementary in Garland ISD. Then she represented us at Region 10. And I got the phone. So this is the good thing about being media relations. I got the phone call from Region 10 before anybody else. So I found out she won, and they said that her interview, her passion shined so much that they could not pick anybody else. Aww. Because she just shined what it is to be a teacher and what it is to be a great teacher. And she'll be representing us for the state Teacher of the Year. We got our fingers crossed, but I mean,
we need to get her on the show.
And she's become sort of a little minor celebrity in town. So she rolled up to Chick-fil-A in Garland the other day, and the staff recognized her. They got out and took selfies with her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so and then the same thing happened at, I think she was at Five Guys. Everyone knew, because she's so personable and so energetic, and it's probably that what helps with her kids too, just being that way. The kids want to be in her classroom. Yeah, it's
what grade level does she teach?
I'm trying to remember now that you put me on the spot.
Back elementary.
It's elementary school.
Yeah.
And I mean, when she came in to get her picture taken in our studios and things like that, she loves being in Garland ISD, and she loves being a teacher. And I think that's half the battle sometimes. You have to have that passion to be a great educator.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it works so much better with the students
I know this.
and the staff.
I get to walk around campuses a lot, and it's a blessing, because there's a lot of her.
Exactly.
There's a lot of people just like her around the campuses. Maybe they're not quite as outgoing. Maybe their energy is not quite as high, but the teachers in the classroom, they do such effective and great work. I've seen it in person. I've seen it whether it's in Spanish or English or whatever language needed to be at the time. I've seen so many things happen to finally start helping students connect the dots. and to me, it's just amazing. So, we'll congratulate her, and if she's available, yeah, I'd love to have her on.
Yeah,
to tell her,
definitely have some energy.
How did you get to be the Region 10
Yeah.
Teacher of the Year?
Exactly,
What led to that?
Yeah, and what inspires you to be a
Yeah.
teacher? Because she definitely has, like I said, the passion that, I think she's one of those that probably wanted to be a teacher for a long time and just, wanted to do, and she's doing awesome in the classroom. And just what a privilege for our community to have a teacher like that in the schools. Like you said, it takes that these days to really tap into the students. And I think with any type of job, if you're passionate about it, you're passionate about the subject, the students or whoever is going to be passionate. So just that helps tremendously.
Well, we're looking for even greater things, maybe better luck down at state or same kind of luck down at state, right?
Yeah, or even national. We could,
State
it
and
would be nice
national.
to have her, during the summer touring around the country, showcasing Garland ISD.
Absolutely. What else you got for us?
Right, yeah. So we have a lot of great bond progress. This is one of the things that you're seeing a lot of dirt, a lot of structures being put up in Garland ISD. One of the most exciting things is just seeing the smiles on the kids' face is they're starting to open up and doing some ribbon cuttings around GISD of all the new playgrounds. And each school gets 2 playgrounds. I even have a video if you want to see
Yes.
some of the new playgrounds that have come
Absolutely.
into Garland ISD. So we could take a look. So the elements, the sun, it just helps with kids being out there outside. Texas can be very hot. You can see this is the one there's 2 playgrounds. Young kids playground, older kids playground. We don't want too much colliding going on with the big kids and the little kids, but you can just see very colorful, a lot of interactive stations, a huge swing complex to allow all the students to have an opportunity to be on the swings. But I think the biggest thing that the teachers are most excited about is that covered canopy on all the playgrounds is where it really helps a lot.
Wow.
A lot of shade coverage. You can see right there the sun getting blocked and having that shade underneath.
So
the
how's a
playgrounds.
kid going to grow up without the experience of sliding down a metal slide in the heat of the summer?
I was just thinking that. Literally.
we don't get the baked backs anymore or anything like that. So, and what's
That's
great about
great.
this is the grass, which it's softer than the some of the wood chips, and then actually there's I never say this right, but microbial type elements on the playground equipment that allows germs to not stick as much.
Dissipate,
So
kinda.
there's a lot of different things and elements that the architects and the builders really thought of to make it safer. And we don't all drink out of the hose anymore right, when we're outside.
Well, they look fun.
Yeah, it is. It's
mean-
just the bright colors, the fun, and it was to be able to be at that the opening and seeing the smiles on the face that's really what was interesting, is just seeing the kids happy.
Yeah, and I've been by a couple of the schools to see the playgrounds. I haven't seen them in action yet, but just at some of our, you mentioned Garland is 1901 and is going to be 125 years old. The district is soon. Man, some of our playgrounds might have been 125 years old. And, things just age out. They time out. And so I've had questions, from people saying, why are we doing 2 playgrounds? And as soon as you explain, well, it's because things are different now. You got kids in 5th grade that are huge.
They're huge.
And then we've got kids in 1st grade that aren't. And to have them trying to get into the same swing, I can tell you who's going to win that fight. And so we just want to make sure all our kids had the opportunity to enjoy playground facilities. And by law, we have to give them playground recess.
Exactly.
But it doesn't help if they can't really use anything because the big kids are dominating them. So I think that's just a brilliant solution, and so glad that the staff brought that forward way back when the bond was being proposed.
And the shade protection.
Oh,
shade
that's like
amazing.
shade is-
that's like the biggest thing in the whole world. I
yeah,
think for
in Texas, yeah.
you have to have it. We're still hot. It's it's one of those things that it was really thought out and really well planned.
So, I see you have a slide up here about facilities. Why don't we talk about what's going on with the bond a little bit?
Yeah, so this is probably what people are starting to see, especially around Naaman Forest. That's the furthest along, but these are the multi-activity centers for athletes and fine arts and special ed. They can all use these facilities to be protected from the elements, like we were saying, the hot sun. Many people probably don't realize, but the band really doesn't get a summer, the marching band. They are out there practicing all summer in the heat, learning their positions, learning their techniques, learning the music, and be able to march at the same time. So to be able to have something like this is a game changer because they will not be exposed to these hot elements, these over 100 degree temperatures, the sun blaring down. So that's just one example, but the football teams will be able to use it when it rains. Same with baseball, softball, soccer, track, any type of sport that is in Garland ISD, they can utilize these, and same with fine arts. And in the past, even Special Olympics has been rained out in the past, or because of lightning or severe wind. It's a thing of a past with these. We can go all indoors and hold the whole event inside, and there won't be any disruption to that. So this is going to be a game changer in Garland ISD. This is one of the things that we're really excited about. And they're already popping up. I mean, Naaman has the frame, the roof already installed.
Is each high
Sachse,
school getting one? Or
yes.
Okay.
Every high school is getting one, all 7. It will be on campus except for Garland High School, just because of the area where it's located between Avenue B and D. But that will be at Williams Stadium.
Okay.
But they'll have a whole athletic facility over at Williams
I saw
Stadium.
the Naaman one, and I was curious what was going up over there.
And it's huge. It's an 85-yard football. I mean, it's basically a full football field inside, batting cage nets, anything you could think of to help our teams. It's going to be marked off for the band, so they'll be able to have their exact formations like they would march during the halftime shows. So they thought of everything. There's going to even be classrooms in there so the athletes can, study film. Fine arts can study their marching techniques. I mean, it's going to be a state-of-the-art facility, and, these are popping up more and more across Texas and the country. So to stay competitive, this was something that I remember going to a realtor event with Dr. Lopez, and this is one of the most widely asked things. When is our district going to get something like this? Because we're need to compete with these other districts, and athletes will start choosing Garland ISD. Band people will start choosing Garland ISD because we're investing in their program.
Say the Garland High School I drive by all the time, and they're in the parking lot. It's like 100 degrees outside.
Yeah.
And I've heard it from my generation say, well, it was good enough for us. It's good enough for these kids. The thing is kids have options now. They have other things they can choose. And so one of the things that I think made the most sense as we went around and talked to districts who had built 45 or 50-yard indoor facilities, the one thing they discovered is the band can't practice there.
Bingo. Yeah.
So we weren't going to do a facility where we couldn't get the band needs it as or worse than anybody. Like you said, they practice all summer, and when they get to a certain heat, they have to quit. And so the start of the football seasons, I'm not going to say our bands are behind, but they haven't had as much time on the field as some of the other bands. And the football teams and everybody else, when it rains in the spring, we had 63 days of baseball canceled 2 years ago. That's a third or more. That's a half of the season canceled because our fields were too wet. And now they can at least go inside and practice and prepare. So those, when we say multi-activity complex and center, that's what we're talking about. There's so many things that can go on. They can drop down nets, divide the field, be taking back and practice in one side, and be doing any other sport on the other side or any other activity. So very, very proud of this. Plus, as you can tell from the facilities, the art, not the art, but the logos and the colors, the school colors that go on it, is really going to brighten up every single campus. It's going to be fabulous.
Oh, I mean, you can have community pep rallies in there.
Yeah.
You can have different events inside there. It could be, a whole facility used for a lot of different things. I mean, it will be a game changer. I mean, this is something people have been asking for. And like you said, there's so much competition out there. We compete with, other public schools, private schools, charter schools. This will help us stand out and help us bring people into the district.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah,
Love it.
so
This is great.
And a great transition to this is fall sports are underway.
Right.
The great thing about fall sports is a lot of people think, well, football, volleyball, but there's also tennis, cross country going on. There's this 5 a.m. meets all around North Texas where our athletes are competing. Tennis matches are going on, girls and boys, volleyball, football, and the great thing about Garland is we're such a large district that you're probably never going to miss a Garland game because that's who we play is other Garland schools.
Right.
So you'll be able to see all the different schools, all the different athletes, and we just have such talented kids out there that play multiple sports, which I think is good growing up. And you'll see your football player also be on the baseball team, your volleyball players on the basketball team. So cross country is a big sport for the soccer's getting ready for the soccer season. So it's full blast with fall sports. We're doing some great things. We have a lot of competitive games. We have Williams Stadium, HBJ, and then all the high schools and middle schools host the volleyball games that we're having. So there's a lot of things that people can do. And one of the great things that we do in Garland ISD is we offer a VIP pass for over 65 and military that you could get into any Garland ISD or Wiley ISD athletic or
Wiley too.
fine arts event. So athletics for Wiley and Garland, fine arts for Garland. But
Right.
that's because Wiley is the other district, and so we want people to be able to go to the away games and see us play Wiley and
So
Wiley
for
East.
away Garland
Yes.
District away games
Yes.
that are played in the Wiley community.
Correct. Yeah.
Great.
So they
I
can
didn't know that.
go see all that. So it's just a great experience. Sometimes we might not play. Your favorite team might not play Wiley because we're playing at home. So you have that opportunity to be able to see some of the other games, and so that's a really fun. And you can just the website's right up there. You could go to that Garland ISD VIP pass on our website, and you can register, and you pick that up at our print shop by Williams Stadium. And we have thousands of VIPs out there that are able to use that. And, not just get into athletic. Like I said, you can get into the musicals. You can get into a lot of the band shows and things like that. So you can see a lot of talented students and kids do their thing. And showing the investment that the community makes in our district, you can see it in person. And you don't have to be a parent just to be able to see this. You can go and enjoy for free all the great things that are happening in Garland ISD.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
You can't beat up-to-date, current, and technology-hip facilities no matter what it is. It is impossible to have a 100-year-old building in today's technology world compete with a brand-new building. And we have tried in Garland forever. As you know, our average building is 50 years old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Our average school building, is 50 years old. And then you look at some of the developing communities around that everything is built in the last 5 years. It's brand new. And we compete with all that. We compete for housing. We compete for choice. We compete for teachers. We compete for coaches. And we compete for the athletes. So projects like this I think they were too long coming. I wish we'd have done it earlier. But that's a personal opinion I have. And I think especially with the new elementary schools that we have coming, that it's a game changer. It's going to change the trajectory of many of our neighborhoods to have great new facilities right in the middle of the neighborhoods. And so it can't get here fast enough for me.
No, I think just how the city of Garland's investing in the downtown and building new infrastructure down there. We're going to do the same thing in our district, and new buildings, new facilities, like you said, new technology is only going to strengthen your real estate investment when you live in Garland. I mean, a great school district is what makes a great community.
And Rowlett has a great downtown. Rowlett
Yes.
has a great downtown,
for sure.
and they're having outdoor community festivals, outdoor community concerts.
Yes.
They're doing Live on Main. They're doing a lot of great stuff. The city of Sachse, I don't know if you've ever been to the Sachse Homecoming Parade. Oh, yeah. When you talk about something where a community just comes out to it, I'm not going to say it's the biggest thing in Sachse, but there aren't too many other things bigger for that community than their homecoming. And it's really cool the way they turn out for that. So very, very proud of all those communities and support that they give our kids. And, kind of makes this a fun place to be, especially during these times where so many new and exciting things are going on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just the investment that companies have made in all three cities that represent Garland ISD, the cool restaurants, the companies moving in, things like that. I mean, it's just we're getting the trendy spots in all of these cities, and that's just going to be showcased even further when we have nice looking schools and great places for our kids to enjoy.
Let's go. Let's keep going.
Keep coming in. Who else is going to come?
Let's go. Yeah. So keep going.
You've got
a list. You've got
we got a lot of stuff going on. So this is one of the funnest events we have during the year because it showcases all of our schools. So on October 1st, Wednesday, coming, from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Curtis Caldwell Center, we call Explore GISD. And this one in the fall is always for first graders through 11th graders to be able to see all the great programs that we offer, all the great schools. This is really big for transition years. So people going from pre-K to kinder to first, 5th to 6th, and then that 8th to 9th grade. You can explore all the great things that are happening. I think a lot of times parents especially, but even students don't understand how much we have in Garland ISD. How many great programs from career tech to AP studies to early college at all of our 7 high schools, just the magnet programs, the IB programs. This gives you an opportunity to explore all of those great programs, all of the great schools. It's all in one place. There'll be other booths set up there, like for transportation, athletics, fine arts. So a student really could find their passions very easily at these programs. And we have a lot of fun games set up. This year, the theme is dinosaurs. So communications will be the entry booth, and we'll have a whole Jurassic Park set up in the front with a lot of giveaways and just a lot of great material. So the kids are going to love it. And I think the parents love it even more because they can see what their kids are interested in and how that equates to what programs are.
Do the parents get a chance to talk to some of the administrators, some of the teachers and instructors?
Yes. So the great thing about this is principals are there, teachers are there, and students are there, which is, I think, even more important because the students can talk with other students and the parents can talk with students. What are your experiences? We have such great kids, and they're so personable that, I mean, they tell it how it is too. They tell us what, the great things that are going on. So yeah, they'll have an opportunity to meet their principal, meet the teachers. And I think as a parent, that's important because that's who your kid's going to be with day in and day out.
Do you know how many different booths will be present?
So there will be, all the schools will be there. So there'll be 68 school booths. Then there'll be additional about 15 to 20 other booths, like special ed will be there, gifted and talented will be there, magnet will have its own booth, early college, just anything you can think of the inner workings of Garland ISD to help their student be successful and go through the process of getting to school, excelling at school, or just making an impact in their education. Those groups will be there to help.
How will the parent or student know how to navigate once they get inside the building?
So there's
and when?
So from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Curtis Caldwell Center. We'll open the doors at 5:30. They'll come in and we'll have greeters right at the entrance, and they'll have maps. and it's actually sectioned off. So we have a section for high school, section for middle school, and section for elementary. So I know there's some parents that have a little bit of both, but they can, of course, go to all the different programs. But so that what helps is the way we section it off. It's easier to find the programs you might be interested in. We have a full map, and what we do is communications. We give them a passport. And so their goal is to go through and meet as many people as possible, and they'll get a stamp, exactly, and they'll get a prize for filling up their bingo card and their little passport. But yeah, they'll be greeters in both English and Spanish and Vietnamese.
Right.
So if anyone has a communication issue, we have tour guides that can help them, students that are bilingual in all those different languages. So we have student tour guides and people that are at the entrance helping and navigate the way you're supposed to go, and they can answer any questions as well.
So let me summarize. Every school,
yep,
every department,
yes,
every specialty,
mm-hmm,
and every language, well, at least the main three languages of the district will we represent. There's no reason not to go.
No, though, and
I've been to this.
Yeah.
This is really cool, and the kids are so excited.
Yeah, and we know you might love your school, but any people that are about to transition to the next school or the next grade level, even if you're a fourth grader and you'll be in sixth grade in 2 years, it's always great to come out and look.
Yes.
We know you might love your school, but there's always an opportunity to find out more. I mean, with all the different programs and the way that Garland ISD invests in its students. I mean, people don't realize you can get an associate's degree before you graduate high school.
That's
you
amazing.
can get a career certification where you're making a lot of money when you graduate. The more you're prepared and the more you know about that, it's easier going to be to work your way through that and be the most successful with that.
Well, listen, in the next 5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
you got 55 other things left you want
we
to
have a
tell
lot
me.
of stuff.
But what can you cover for us right quick?
Yeah, so, I mean, Garland ISD is the place to be. I know at the very first you mentioned the cell phone policy. That has been going incredible. I mean, rave reviews from the teachers, of course. More engaged students. They're really focusing on the classwork. They're really engaged in what the teacher's saying, what they're learning from other students, the projects they're able to do in the classroom. And even the students are really championing the whole thing. They're like, I wish this would have happened sooner, because they feel more engaged. They feel all the great things that their teacher is able to showcase. Some, you get so distracted by that device. I mean, I think everyone does. It's not just students. And when you're able to put that away, it opens up a whole brand new world. And that's what we're seeing in the classroom, is just more engaged. Discipline is down. Grades are up. So it's really making an impact that I think far beyond anyone would have thought in the first year that we would able to be, with just this one policy is making such a big impact in the classrooms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And we talked about this before we actually sat down and started. But I spoke at Gilbert Reed and was teaching on marketing and LinkedIn, and afterwards got to talk to some of the students at lunch. And a couple of them said, just the stress and anxiety of like, I'm trying to listen in class and then my friend's texting me or someone called me and who is it? And then they were stressing about that, where now they don't have that distraction and they can focus 100% to the speaker or the teacher and be more engaged.
Yeah, I think I think deep down, kids don't want to miss out on stuff, but they like school. I mean, I think most kids like, or at least interested in something in school, and to be able to really put your mind and really understand now that what they're getting from their awesome teachers is that, that really makes a difference. When you're zoned in and you're focused, you can start taking those chunks that really interest you from the lesson and from the thing. It opens up a whole new world.
Oh yeah.
Super. And then, so with all that going on, any other student accomplishments or any other things that are coming up that you need to make the public aware of?
Well, there's always, basketball season's going to start in November, so we have that coming. A lot of UIL band stuff is going to be coming down the pipeline. Something I didn't mention with the ratings as well is TEA gave Austin Academy a Purple Star Award, and talking about doing things for the community. Austin, they got recognized, and this is a hard one to get from the state. This is how well they interact and help the military families in the community get and be able to acclimate to the schools. They might move a lot to be able to get them situated, to get them into the right programs. So Austin Academy got that Purple Star Award from the state, which means they are really catering to military families and really putting them, really making sure that their kids are well off when they get into the schools, but also the families feel comfortable with Garland ISD and Austin Academy.
Right.
So that's a big one because, of course, an A is the ultimate goal, for all the schools, but to be able to cater to families too, and to make a difference in people's lives, I think that really showcases what Garland ISD is really about.
I think one of the risk factors, I know one of the risk factors when you're looking at student populations and their ability to achieve academically is mobility. Students who tend to, for family reasons, need to move around a lot more than others tend to, you might move in, you might be behind, you might be ahead, you might be bored, you might be ostracized, or you might be whatever. And for schools within our district that have highly mobile populations and up to 22 of the 26 risk factors, for the district to be able to take those kids and get them to an 84, get them to an A, get them in a band competition, get them in sports, or get them in a club of some kind, it's just so extremely important to their, I always say, once we get them on a path, they do the rest because they become engaged. The prime example is when the Garland, the Gilbert Reed CRTC, Career Technology Center, CTC, was built, and the kids started going there. We saw, I think last year, the graduation rate for kids who attended both their home high school and the Gilbert Reed was like 99%. Nobody gets 99%. No. It's impossible to get 99% of your kids to graduate. But those kids were on a path. They were shown a mission. They wanted to be something. They wanted to accomplish something. We finally found something that interests them. And it might not be engineering or accounting. It might be welding.
Culinary.
It might be welding or building motorcycles.
Yes.
What was our accomplishment in motorcycle building this year?
She, the first female ever to win state in motorcycle repair.
And she
went
power
to
sports. Garland Independent School.
Yes,
she graduated. Correct.
Yes, she graduated.
And
yeah,
she was at
Rowlett High School, I believe. But
right.
She graduated.
And I'm sure she's either got a great job or pursuing her higher education.
Oh, I'm sure that she was really tried to be recruited by Harley Davidson or Yamaha or one of those.
So let's finish with this. Tell me what your biggest blessing is to be able to serve in the district.
I think just seeing the excitement and the passions from our students and seeing them be successful in stuff that they want to be in. I used to be a teacher for 12 years. So that was one of my philosophies they have to enjoy school, they have to be passionate, and they have to just, it helps them be successful. And to see that in my job, I get to see all the great stories.
Sure.
And get to see all the accomplishments, and a lot more than the normal person. And that's why it's like shouting it out from the rooftops of what's going on in Garland ISD and what is being showcased and what our students can achieve. Like you said, people are, like, oh, you have to go to this district or this, but why not Garland ISD? Because great things are happening in this district every day. Something, we have kids going to Ivy League schools. We have kids getting certifications, getting careers, making six figures. We're not one of these districts to look past because we're one of the leaders. And it shows every day in my job when I go visit these campuses and these programs. It shows.
Right. And I think the recognition is coming around. I know this, when Sheena and I first had this crazy dream of putting together this podcast, the very first group that we wanted to highlight was the students of the GISD. We talked about that was the first subject matter that we had. And, so that's fulfilling a dream of ours. We want to have you on as often as possible. We'll probably have you back on maybe by the end of the year. You can talk about the first semester,
sure,
different great things that have happened, and then what's coming up in the spring semester. Make sure we're keeping people up to date, keep them informed. Not long after the end of the year is school choice, and we start getting into a whole nother world of getting prepared for next year. So there are so many different things we will cover as we go through this, but I hope you're prepared to be a regular part of the GRS Community Impact. I know I hear from people in Rowlett and Sachse and Garland all the time about how pleased they are with different programs that exist within the district. And then I hear of other parents when they're talking to them, that they're not even aware that the program existed.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's one of the things that we want to make sure we take care of.
For sure.
So October 1st is the what now?
October Explore GISD. October 1st at the Curtis Caldwell Center. You get to meet all the principals, a lot of the teachers from 68 of our campuses that make up Garland ISD. It's a wonderful opportunity to figure out what's out there for your student.
Well, we'll be there. Let's do it.
There we go.
All right.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Good to see you. Thank you so much.